had a great session. I believe we were efficient. There were about 890 bills that we passed, which was kind of a lower amount in recent history. But the ones we did pass were very impactful. And so I'm so thankful that we were able to get in and get out and be efficient with our time. I thought we did a great job. We've got a great new governor as a leader in our state. And so as a first-time legislator, I jokingly say that, they forgot to tell this freshman that you're not supposed to run controversial issues in bills, but I just jumped in full force and am thankful for that. I think we had an excellent result and moved in a direction that we can make our state proud of, moving conservative legislation and policy across the goal line. The best legislation that I believe we passed, there's so many options with so many great bills we were able to get finalized and signed into law. Myself personally, I focused on policy that was protection of children and empowerment of our parents. And so there were three that I sponsored that I'm really proud of. And that's SB 358, which is the banning of Delta 8 products. This is synthetic marijuana that was sold over the counter, being marketed to children, really having harmful effects to kids across the state. So we were able to really clarify a loophole in the federal hemp farm bill and ban those products to keep kids safe. And then two others that kind of have some similar trains of thought. Senate Bill 66, which is the protection from pornography bill. This is something that's really harming kids. In fact, it has an age verification requirement for our state to view harmful material online. And so just making sure, knowing that we've got technology advancing and kids being exposed easily online to harmful material, especially pornography, wanted to make sure that we had policies in place to protect them. And then finally, kind of a similar train of thought is Senate Bill 396, which was the Social Media Safety Act. And like I said before, as technology grows and kids are online more and more and more, we've got to do a good job of protecting our kids and empowering parents to be involved with that process. And so this bill, signed by the governor to make sure that parents give consent to start a social media account. I've had parents in my district just talk about the harmful things that have happened online. In fact, research has shown 1/3 of all sexual crimes instigated online are stemming from a social media interaction. And 82% change their behavior online if they knew a parent was more involved or knew what they were doing online. And so we know this is an issue and a problem area. And so we want to empower parents to know what their kids are doing online and be involved, just having a little bit of friction in that process. So really proud of those bills to protect kids across the state, empower parents across the state. And you'll see a theme all through everything that we did fits a lot in that vein, whether it's education with the LEARNS Act or in the protection laws that we did on locking up and truth and sentencing on criminals. All of that is about protection of kids and empowering parents and really creating a greater Arkansas for us to live in. I would have loved to be able to push the ball further for our agricultural industry. Today it's our number one industry across the state, and I can tell you that's what I'm working on here in the interim is some farm-friendly tax relief bills related to our agriculture community. We were able to do so much great work with our income tax reduction, going from 4.9 to 4.7% on income tax reduction. $124 million we were able to take out of the budget just in that initiative and that effort. And I think we could do more. I'm excited to do more focused on creating a farm-friendly environment. Especially for me, I represent a border district to Oklahoma and Missouri. And so always comparing farmers when they have the option, are they going to farm land here or they can go across the state border if it's a more tax-friendly environment for them. And so we need to make sure we're creating an environment that is supporting the ones that frankly, the hardest workers in our state and are putting food on the table. So that's something that I wish we've done a little bit better of, and I'm going to make an effort to make sure we push that ball forward going forward. In my first term, everything is new, right? Everything's a first-time experience. But But I can tell you, I was comforted in the fact of learning that how things operate here are just like they operate in the real world, if you will, back at your business with your family. And that's that what you put in is kind of what you get out. That grind and that grit, the hard work that you do to see a bill move forward through the process, it takes effort. And it's the same economy here. I would also add that it's mixed in with great relationship. You've got to work together. You've got to find solutions, and you've got to push and pull on ideas, and the best ideas win. And so I loved learning that it's the same way like it works kind of in the real world. You've got to treat people well, and you've got to work hard. And so that's how things get done here. And you know what? We're not always going to agree, and that's okay. We're going to fight for truth and for principle. And so it's the same thing here in Little Rock as it is across the state. And so I'm honored to be able to do that for us and be a voice for Western Benton County and Western Washington County.